Howdy, I am Tom the Beer Whisperer. How the heck are you? And we're going to drink with the Beer Whisperer with a Baraboo Bonfire Marzen. This is Baraboo Brewing Company, handcrafted. Well, let me open and pour, and we'll talk more about that. In doing some research, it does say right here that this is Baraboo Brewing Company, Stevens Point, Wisconsin. In doing some research, hello, there is no Baraboo Brewing Company. This is actually brewed by, well, Point Brewery, Stevens Point. For actually, this is Baraboo's, the line of craft beers exclusive to Hy-Vee supermarkets. A lot of folks are kind of getting into that thing. It's similar to what Trader Joe's has been doing for a long time. Oh, nice flavor. Actually, usually when I do a beer for the first time, I like to drink it for the first time when I do my first video for it. And I actually tried to do 2 videos last night. For some reason, they didn't take. So anyway, I'm trying a third time. I'm hoping a third time's a charm. Oh. Beer geeks are a lot like foodies. This one is anyway, in the fact that you kind of feast with your eyes. And I gotta say that I love the color of this beer. You can see it's kind of like a light ruby. You can kind of see through it, but it's got this beautiful ruby-esque color that kind of invites you in, and I love that color on this style. Oh, nice. This does have a bit of a paradox to it, and let me tell you what I mean by that. The body feels a little thin for Marzen. It's not supposed to be heavy beer, but it feels a little thin. But the finish is also a little syrupy. You expect it on a thicker beer, but on a thinner beer. So those are my 2 complaints about the beer. Mouth feels thin, and it's a little syrupy in the finish. Wow. Okay. Well, having said that, let's get on to the good news. Well, the best news is this baby only runs $7 a 6-pack, $6.99 to be exact. What a bargain, right? You can't beat that. But it also has some good things going to it. Going for it. I'm having trouble speaking, and this is my first beer today. Very pleasant aroma, and there's some great maltiness going on here. I'm getting burnt sugar, and I'm getting anise, which I normally don't get from this style. Not this predominant way. It's very interesting, but I like it. And I said anise, not anus. That's a completely different flavor, just so you know. Ta-da! Anyway, I digress. Yeah, you know what? Hey, you know, is it my favorite Marzen of the season? No, it really isn't. But it's certainly not the worst I've had, and I certainly paid more for some that aren't this good. It isn't bad. There's a few things right. There's a few things, not so much. But again, it's $6.99 a 6-pack. It's certainly a nice, easy sessionable Marzen. And there are some decent flavors going on, really. Yeah, she ain't bad. She ain't bad at all. I tells you what. Yeah, it's not bad. Hell, I drinks it. And I will too. Like when I have these conversations with myself, sometimes I say, I'm never alone. I always have me. Anyway, I digress. Nice carbonation. There's a lot of things right about it. Certain supermarkets are starting to get into this thing, having their own line of craft brews. Banking on this, the craft beer craze not being a trend and being here to stay. My opinion on it is, well, I mean, I'm I'm closer to 50 than I am 40, and I've been drinking beer longer than I've been allowed to. So it's not obviously not a trend for me. I got to say though, there is that. I think there is that 20-something crowd that's in it because it is a craze right now. So I do feel there is a portion of those folks that are going to get bored at some point and go to whatever they feel the next big thing is. Because some people have that type of attention span and mentality. But I think there's enough of us that have been around a while that were drinking craft beer before it was even called craft beer that are going to be around. So I think there's always going to be a market for beers like this. I think some of the weaker craft breweries will eventually drop out because right now, there's so many breweries popping up like nobody's business at the moment, and I don't think all of them are going to make it, but the good ones and the ones that are priced affordably will hang on there. At some point, though, some of these supermarket chains that are doing these beers are going to have to get beyond doing adequate session ales like this, because truthfully, the bigger market of craft brew drinkers are looking for not necessarily bigger, higher ABV beers, but better quality beers. And not that this isn't good quality, but it is basically a middle of the road flavor. It's one of those you kind of brew to please a whole bunch of people. And at some point, the mentality is going to have to get beyond that and take a chance or two. They've got this IPA, they've got this Marzen, they've got a wheat and an amber lager. But at some point, take a chance and do a double IPA. Put your hat in the ring. Actually, get serious about what you're doing. I think this is a great idea, though. Whether it sticks or not, because I could tell, I know a lot of craft beer drinkers that I know aren't going to be in love with these because they want to drink beers that have a little more prestige. I'm not really in it for the prestige. I'm in it for good tasting beer and buy what I can afford. And right now, this is what I can afford. So the idea is sound. Beer mouthwash. Hey, how about that? I digress. Hey, I'm almost done here. This is a rather easy drinking beer. Oh, wow. And every once in a while, I'll get this flavor of, oh, wow, that's tasty. You know what I mean? There is some very good. Very, very good. There's some very good flavors going on here. There is something that kind of lingers I'm not crazy about. But overall, what the hell, man? It was $7 a six-pack. I shit you not. Here it is. Baraboo. I'm trying to hold that still. There you go. I'm Tom the Beer Whisperer. We just drank a beer. Ta-da!